Friends, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered if there are places in this world where people dream of going, but the moment they arrive, they think, maybe this was a mistake? Places where the land rises above the clouds, where mountain walls are so steep that your legs tremble just by looking down, where forests are so dense that even sunlight loses its way. Today, we are going to talk about 10 places that exist on this earth, yet feel like they belong to another planet. These are the impossible places, the most extreme corners of our world. And trust me, after hearing about some of these places, you'll probably ask, wait, is this place actually real? Yes, it is real, and we're going to prove it. Zhizhu Monastery. Let's begin with a place where it feels like the gods wake up first. Zhizhu Monastery, a Buddhist monastery in Tibet, sits at an altitude of nearly 4,800 meters above sea level, even higher than Everest Base Camp. Every morning when the monks wake up, the clouds lie beneath them. Imagine that. While we look at clouds and say, wow, beautiful, the monks probably say, oh yes, our neighbors. But reaching this monastery is no joke. The path is rocky, brutal, and lacking oxygen. At this height, every breath feels like a victory. Pilgrims often suffer dizziness, headaches, and nausea, symptoms of mountain sickness. Yet monks have lived here for centuries. Why? Because this place makes them feel far from the world and closer to God. The word Zhizhu means purple bamboo. At sunrise, the walls of the monastery glow with golden purple light, a sight so heavenly that even paradise might struggle to match it. This is a place where peace isn't just felt. It drips from the stones, the air, and the silence itself. Bamiyan Mountain. But if Zhizhu gives you peace, the next place reminds you of the price of peace. Afghanistan's Bamiyan Valley, often called Bamiyan Mountain, was once home to two gigantic Buddha statues carved directly into cliffs. One stood 55 meters tall, the other 38 meters, masterpieces from the 6th century. And then, in 2001, the Taliban destroyed them with explosives. Centuries of history erased in just a few hours. But Bamiyan is more than a story of destruction. It was once a major stop on the Silk Road, where traders, scholars, and armies passed through. Nearby lies Band-e-Amir, a chain of stunning blue lakes, and Afghanistan's first national park. In a country known for dry landscapes, seeing water this blue feels unreal, like a painter's imagination brought to life. Bamiyan teaches us something important. Even on the harshest land, history is written. And even when people try to erase history, the mountains remain as witnesses. Fangshan Mountain. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at a rock and thought, this doesn't look natural? It looks carved. Near Beijing lies Fangshan Mountain, where nature itself became a sculptor. Over thousands of years, wind, rain, and time shaped these rocks into forms that resemble ancient statues and mythical figures. Some stones look so perfectly carved that if someone told you God made this personally, you probably wouldn't argue. But Fangshan's true treasure is the Yunju Temple, the temple in the clouds. Hidden here are over 14,000 stone Buddhist tablets containing scriptures preserved for more than 1,400 years. People even call them the Stone Bible. It is the world's largest stone library, resting in the embrace of mountains, where even the wind seems to move quietly. Fangshan is a place where stones speak, and if you listen carefully, they whisper stories thousands of years old. Tiantai Mountain Waterfall. After the story of stones, Let's hear the story of water. In Zhejiang province lies Tiantai mountain and its magnificent waterfall. A waterfall so tall, it feels like the sky itself is collapsing into the earth. Tiantai means heaven's platform, and when you see the waterfall crashing down from hundreds of meters above, creating mist and rainbows, the name suddenly makes perfect sense. This mountain is sacred to both Taoism and Buddhism. It is home to Guoqing Temple, built in 600 AD and still standing today, one of China's oldest surviving Buddhist temples. But the real adventure begins during the trek. The path is narrow, the rocks are slippery. A deep valley waits below, while thunderous water roars above. Imagine standing there. The sound is so loud you can't even hear yourself think. Mist surrounds you so heavily that you can barely see 2 meters ahead. And then suddenly, the clouds part. The waterfall appears in full glory. Some moments cannot be described with words. They can only be felt. Red stone forest, leaving behind the misty waterfalls, we now enter a forest made not of trees, but of stone. Yunnan province's red stone forest, known locally as Shilin, is one of the strangest landscapes on Earth. Around 270 million years ago, this area was underwater. Layers of limestone formed beneath the sea. Over millions of years, earthquakes and rain carved those rocks into towering red stone pillars. Today, the result looks like an alien world. Once you step inside this forest, getting lost becomes very easy. Stone walls surround you from every side. Above, only tiny pieces of blue sky remain visible. The local Yi tribe considers this forest sacred. According to their beliefs, the spirits of their ancestors live here. People avoid entering at night, and honestly, we recommend the same. Visit during the day, take pictures, then leave before sunset. Because the red stone forest isn't just a geological wonder, it's a museum of time itself. Every rock carries a story. Every crack contains millions of years of silence. Mount Sapu now. Let's talk about a mountain that doesn't just stop people. It stops the weather itself. Mount Sapu, part of the Hindu Kush mountain range in Central Asia, is so massive and steep that one side experiences violent snowstorms, while the other remains calm and peaceful. People even call it the weather maker. Climbers often describe the same terrifying experience. Bright sunlight at first, then sudden fog, then a freezing blizzard within hours. The local people, who have lived near these mountains for centuries, believe Mount Sapu is alive. According to them, the mountain watches you, tests you. Those who arrive with respect may return safely. Those who arrive with arrogance may never return. Mount Sapu reminds us how small human power truly is compared to nature. Taoujiao. After so much danger, let's pause for a moment. Not at a place that scares you, but at one that quietly breaks your heart. Taoujiao, a village in Zhejiang province, once had a thriving community. Farmers, fishermen, children. But slowly, people moved to the cities, leaving the village behind. Today, the houses remain, but no voices live inside them. The kitchens are cold, the paths are silent, and nature has reclaimed everything. Green vines crawl across walls, plants grow through windows, moss covers the stone stairways. The village now looks like a poem written in green. On Instagram, Taoujiao looks magical. But when you stand there in complete silence, you understand the sadness hidden beneath the beauty. It asks an uncomfortable question. In our race toward development, What are we leaving behind? Anjihai Grand Canyon. From an abandoned village, we now move to a place that will leave you breathless. Xinjiang's Anjihai Grand Canyon, often called China's hidden Grand Canyon. America's Grand Canyon is world famous, but Anjihai remains mysterious. Few people know about it, even fewer visit it, and that secrecy is part of its beauty. The canyon walls are painted with layers of red, orange, and purple, formed by millions of years of geological activity. Below flows the Anjihai River like a shining silver thread. At sunset, the canyon glows with impossible colors, but this place hides danger. Flash floods. A calm canyon can suddenly transform into a deadly river within minutes. In 2010, sudden flooding trapped several tourists here. That's why local guides always say, keep watching the sky. Because Anjihai is beautiful, but it does not forgive mistakes. Western Ghats, and now a place from our own country. The Western Ghats, India's massive mountain range stretching nearly 1,600 kilometers from Gujarat to Kerala. A UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the world's 8 biodiversity hotspots. These mountains contain over 5,000 species of plants, 149 species of mammals, 508 bird species, and 179 amphibians, many of which exist nowhere else on Earth. These are the mountains that stop the monsoon clouds and bring rain to half of India. But here's the sad reality. The Western Ghats are in danger. Illegal mining, deforestation, and uncontrolled construction are slowly destroying this living treasure. Reports from the Kasturi Rangan Committee warn that if we don't act now, future generations may only read about these mountains in books. The Western Ghats are not just an impossible place, they are our responsibility. 99 Li of Luoji Mountain. And now, the final place, the hardest, the most mysterious, the most unbelievable. Luoji Mountain in Sichuan, China, home to the legendary trail known as the 99 Li. A Li is an old Chinese unit of distance, roughly half a kilometer, so 99 Li means nearly 50 kilometers. But this is no ordinary trail. The path winds across terrifying cliffs where every step feels dangerous. Narrow stone walkways, vertical rock walls on one side, endless drops on the other. Luoji Mountain is also called the Mountain of 10,000 Flowers because more than 3,000 plant species bloom here. In spring, the mountain becomes a sea of flowers, beautiful but deadly. For centuries, the Yi people have considered this mountain sacred. They call it the Father Mountain. Like a strict father, it offers no easy path. But those who complete the 99 Li Trail often return transformed. Many describe a strange moment during the journey, usually late at night, when the stars feel incredibly close and the world feels impossibly far away, as if the mountain breaks you apart, only to rebuild you again. Friends, today we traveled through 10 impossible places. A monastery above the clouds, a silent but dangerous canyon, an abandoned village that still speaks, and a trail that changes the people who walk it. These places are not just geographical wonders. They remind us that this world is still full of mysteries, that there are still places where humans feel small, and that true journeys are not made only with our feet, but with our hearts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and tell me in the comments, which one of these places would you actually visit? I'm really curious to know. Subscribe, because next time we're going to explore even more impossible places. Until then, keep traveling with your heart.